0, 1. Let's get started.
Hey, what's up, family? Welcome to week 3 of our series of the Rise and Rewire. Glad you're here. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So I think that this week is something that I'm really interested in, and I think it could be something completely applicable that you could implement as soon as you turn off this video. There's a belief running in you right now. Everybody most likely has one. You didn't choose it. Nope, wasn't your decision. But it's deciding how big you dream, how much you earn, and how you think you're worth. But what if I said, just what if you could find it and replace it in the next 5 minutes? Pretty crazy, right? Well, I think I have the key. I think I'm going to share it with you, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. So welcome to the Reclamation. It's great to be here with you guys again. Week 3 of this series. This week, I think, is probably one of my favorites because it's using a tool and a technique that can produce immediate results and give answers. It could be pretty life-changing. So when I first started this journey, I thought I needed more motivation. The truth was that I was just mentally chained. Like there were decisions, ideas, thoughts that I don't know why I had them or where they came from, but I had them for my entire life. There was a voice in my head that said, people like you don't do that. You're not a person that can do stuff like that. And throughout life, whether it was personally, professionally, later on, as a dad, there's always something that comes up that I can apply that to. So what they call that is a limiting belief. It's a rule that was, passed down somehow, repeated and experienced, and eventually just accepted as truth, even when it's not. So what I want to share with you guys, and we're going to look at this as the 5-minute rewire process. This is going to be using cognitive behavioral therapy and neuro-linguistic programming. It's simple, it's easy, and can be something that you put into effect, like I said, as soon as this video is over. So if you got a pencil and paper, go ahead and write this down, or come back to it, save the video, check this out later. So step 1 is to name the belief that is keeping you small. So name the belief that's keeping you small. An example of this would be, I'm not smart enough to start a business. Okay, step 1. Step 2 is you ask, where did I learn this? Step 2 is, where did I learn this? Where did it come from? You might have to dig deep on it. You have to figure out, where does this come from? I asked myself these questions and had no idea. Like, it took me seriously sitting down and reflecting to kind of come with it. So then step 3 is you ask yourself, is this universally true? Universally is huge, but what you're asking is, can you prove it? Or is this just something that you've been rehearsing? Is it universally true? Can you prove it? Sit and reflect on that. Number 4 is replace it. To go back to that idea and say, I'm learning the skills to succeed and I deserve to try. Okay? So then finally, wrapping it up with step 5 is you speak the new belief out loud, every day this week. Because repetition isn't just lies, it's how we plant the truth. So step 1, name the belief that's keeping you small. Step 2, ask yourself, where did I learn this? Step 3, ask, is this universally true? And step 4, replace it. And step 5, we're looking at speak the new belief out loud. Go ahead and do it every day this week. So let me give you one of mine real quick. My old belief was that if I fail, I'll prove everyone right. That belief made me play it safe for years. I took 0 chances, lived in a comfortable place, because as an addict or an alcoholic, you feel like you've already proven people right anyways, and this just added to it. So if I fail, I'll prove everyone right. The way I rewrote it with my new belief was, every failure is evidence I'm in the arena and I don't owe comfort to anyone. And I said that to myself until it got louder than fear. It was huge for me. And that's just one example that I had. But so, wrapping this up, if you've ever been stuck, I've said this before, it's not because you're lazy, it's because your beliefs are trying to protect you. But survival isn't your purpose. Expansion is. So if we want, at the end of, let's go ahead and if you could, drop in the comments, what belief are you done carrying into your future? If you need help rewiring it, just go ahead and ask. I'll help you. Anybody that's listening will help if they get a grip on this one. So thanks again. We drop in these every Sunday night. We reset the focus. We rise in our purpose. We do it together. Love strong, do hard things, embrace your gifts. And as a bonus, so I'm not in this to monetize the channel. As cool as that would be to be a YouTuber and an influencer, my purpose of this channel is to connect. Some of you know that I started writing as an author recently, over this past year, and I want to go ahead and share a new book with you that I just finished reading. It's called #The Journey Within. It's spiritual growth and mindfulness affirmations. So when I started getting into digging deeper in myself, affirmations were the first things that I started with because they were simple. Usually they're just one sentence, and it's a sentence you can repeat over again. It's a sentence you can sit on all day. You can sit on multiple sentences. So I went ahead and wrote a book about affirmations, the methodologies behind it. It's pretty good size. At the end, there's a compilation of all of the affirmations that I've been using, that I've came across, that resonated with me, and I wanted to share that with you. So there's actually a link down below that will connect you to the book. For this book, I am selling it for $1. You have a choice of how much you would like to give for it, but $1 is all I'm asking, just to make sure that it gets connected through, and you guys get something that's of quality. But yeah, so I hope you guys like it. Would love to get the feedback on it. Click the link, go ahead and put in your information, and it's a digital upload, so you will get it immediately. And then I would love to hear how you are. It's one that you don't have to read cover to cover. You can jump through different chapters, different topics, and then at the end, like I said, there's over, I think, 100 some affirmations that are out there just to kind of get you started. Yeah, so it's kind of my gift to you guys to say thank you, and it's a way that I figured I could give back and maybe help get somebody going down a path in the most super simple way possible. So, all right, I love you, family. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.